Bitcoin is something you need to be long-term focused. I don't think anyone's going to lose money buying here at 90. If they're trying to time this, maybe they'll get lucky and it goes to 70. But to me, Bitcoin could be significantly higher this year. Maybe 200, 250. So I think 90 is still a good.
All right, you heard it here from Tom Lee. Tom Lee, just 3 days ago on CNBC, said that he does not think anyone buying Bitcoin, at this current range is going to be losing money, and that he expects by end of year that Bitcoin may be in the $250,000 range. Now, of course, he also said that it could drop down to 70 in this same interview here, the same panel. So we may still see that significant drop. But if you're willing to hold to the end of the cycle, Tom Lee, not me, but Tom Lee believes that this thing could go, could double up or more from here. So that's pretty exciting to listen to and to see. Right now, today, we are still trapped in this channel here, and I think I should probably straighten it out a little bit now that we got a little more to look at here than before. Let me go about right there. There we go. This is our current channel right now that we're stuck in. And we are currently at the top of that channel, and we are coming right back down. The top of that channel was right at $101,000, and we're coming right back down. Now, I am expecting potentially around this box here, this 95 to $93,000 range to be an area where we may get picked up and make a higher low. But right now, if we turn around here and we go any lower than 92,000, then we're going to make a lower low, and that is not ideal here. Now, I mean, it's not lower low compared to this wick, but you know what? I don't like counting wicks. Anyways, I'd like to see this thing get up and above 102.5, and then I'd be feeling like we're out of this short-term downtrend. But we are getting a cross up on the MACD on the daily here, but we have gotten that before, which was quickly reversed. So hopefully this one isn't a quick reverse. We do have inauguration on Monday. If we get some good news out of that, this could just be a bull flag that we're looking at right now. This channel could just be a bull flag waiting for inauguration day. And if inauguration day comes in and is positive, and the incoming president says something good about Bitcoin in that, let me turn on some drawings here, we could be seeing this as a bull flag. And if we go to a weekly chart, I think that'll look a little nicer. Yeah, if we go to a weekly chart, that looks a heck of a lot nicer. We're seeing a bull flag right here, very similar to this bull flag here that happened in March. Now, if we extrapolate that out, and this is in fact a bull flag, let's look at what the last one did. Okay, so the pole started here and it ended right here. Oh, guess what? It went right up to the expectations of this bull flag before having to make another bullish structure, which we're making right now, which is another bull flag. And if this ends up being a bull flag, what can we expect from it? So if the inauguration is a buy the news event, we would be looking at this thing going about right here. We would be looking at this coming very quickly up to off of this bull flag here, potentially coming up to as high as $146,000. So we might see a huge 40% jump off of that news over the course of a couple of days or weeks, if this bull flag follows the same trajectory as the previous bull flag that happened back in March. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to, but it could. It has the potential. So that would be just off of the news if Monday is a buy the news event for Bitcoin. What else is going on today? Let's take a look at the economic calendar. We had jobless claims, retail sales, import price index. We had Philadelphia Fed manufacturing. Homebuilder confidence is still to come out. Actually, it came out about 25 minutes ago, but it's not listed on here yet, so I'm not worrying about that right now. I don't feel like trying to find it live while on here and doing a bunch of editing. Initial jobless claims came in just barely above expectation, meaning they're within range. It's within range, and it will probably be revised one way or the other. U.S. retail sales came in ever so slightly beneath expectations at 0.4 compared to 0.5. Retail sales minus autos. Now, this one is probably more important because we're not buying cars every day. It came in as expected, so that's actually not so bad. Import price index actually came in higher. That one is bad. That's making this data a little muddled here, with jobless claims coming in higher and import price index coming in higher, which is something I'm surprised to see considering the dollar is so strong right now. With the dollar being so strong, import price index coming in means that other countries are experiencing inflation that they are passing on to us. So that's not ideal. And then we got the Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey came in at 44.3 when it was expected to be -6. That is huge. That is the largest print we've had for this particular data set in 3-4 years, since 2021. 4 years. In 4 years. This is the highest read we've ever had on this thing, blowing that expectation out of the water, meaning manufacturing businesses are optimistic going forward and are getting huge orders coming in by comparison to what was expected. So that means that the underlying economy is actually quite strong. It means it's quite strong. Retail sales are coming in as expected. Jobless claims are slightly higher than expected, but within range. Manufacturing survey, meaning manufacturing is ramping up. That's all really good underpinnings for the economy. And when you know what else is great underpinnings for the economy? Big banks came in with earnings. Big banks came in with earnings that were exceptional. Look at this. Goldman Sachs with a 45% beat. JP Morgan with a 17% beat. Wells Fargo with a 5% beat. BlackRock with a 5% beat. Citigroup with a 9% beat. Today, that was yesterday. Today, we had Bank of America coming in with a 6% beat. Morgan Stanley with a 30% beat. The big banks are making money. And you know what? When the big banks are making money, money is flowing. And when it's flowing, the economy is doing great. And we are going to see big moves out of a lot of these things. So the next one is big tech. We're looking for big tech. Okay, let's see. TSM. I know they reported today. So we're looking at, we'll look at the SPY later. We need to look at Taiwan Semiconductor. This is going to be leading the way forward. Earnings came in with a slight loss on revenue on earnings by 0.5%. So they missed by 0.5 percentage point, which is not great. And they beat revenue by 0.07%. So basically as expected. This basically came in as expected for TSMC, meaning that the semiconductor space is basically coming in as expected, which as you can imagine is causing, so you can see here on the right, we've got a bunch of semiconductor stocks right at the top here: NVIDIA, ARM, QCOM, AMD, AVGO, Broadcom. Broadcom is actually doing really well today, but all the others are slightly down, and NVIDIA is ever so slightly up, meaning that this was basically coming in as expected, so we're not getting a big move up or down. It's kind of floundering in an average range, except for AVGO. Did they have earnings today? Did that go good? No, I have no idea why AVGO is up. Doesn't matter though. So yeah, semiconductors are coming in as expected. So NVIDIA, so if we see, that means that they are ordering semiconductors from TSM at an expected rate, which means I guess maybe Q4 isn't going to blow us out of the water for earnings for some of these companies. Maybe some will, like NVIDIA did have Blackwell chips coming out. QCOM's got its Snapdragon chips coming out and going into laptops and stuff now, so that's pretty exciting. Those two things are pretty exciting. AMD rolling out new GPUs, which is also very exciting. So, I mean, maybe they will do slightly better than expected, but we're not going to expect insane beats like what we have been seeing. We're going to continue to see probably single-digit beats for NVIDIA going forward, so which means that the big explosive moves are probably behind us for the short term here anyways on these guys right now. What's going on with the miners today? The miners are kind of down, but not much. Down, CleanSpark down 0.27%, Bit Digital down 2%. That's because Ethereum is down 3%, so Bit Digital is going to suffer more than its peers today. Bitfarms down 0.5%, a little more than 0.5%, Right down 1%, Iron down almost 2%, Wolf down a little over 2%. Mara, where's Mara? Mara is actually up a teeny tiny bit. So it's kind of just in range. We're just floundering around, not doing too much. Warrants are down 5% for CleanSpark. Cypher warrants are actually up a little bit today because Cypher's up a little bit today. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. MSTR responding to Bitcoin being down 2% by also being down 2%. It's a pretty average day, a day for potentially accumulation, especially if we believe this is a bull flag. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. The next video I do want to talk about, it's not going to be this video. I want to talk about some was it F13? Is that what it is? When institutions report their buys, those started coming in, and there's some interesting things to look at, especially in terms of which Bitcoin miners are getting bought up by those. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be coming out likely in the morning tomorrow I'll be talking about that on some of these. We're going to go through some of the company purchases here, unless some big news comes out and I have to talk about that instead. Let's see what's up. Solana is actually staying positive, while everything else that I watch anyway is negative, except for XRP, which had a big news today. I actually want to talk about new XRP real quick. So XRP beat its previous all-time high. Okay, it beat its previous all-time high of 333. Okay, 333, 334, something like that. All right, so if this month we can close above that level, if we can close above that level this month, which is right here. Actually, let me dial that in a little bit better here. Okay, 331, I guess. If we can close above that this month, XRP actually opens up to $4.58. And if it can get above that, $5.36. So XRP may not be done with this run. If it closes above 331 this month, which is just in a couple of weeks, 4, 5, maybe even $6 is on the table for XRP. Now, I wouldn't expect multi-bag returns at this point, because these three candles are pretty telling that that is likely already over, but you could get like a 1x still. You could still potentially pull a 1x off on XRP. So keep your eyes on that if that's something you're interested in. I feel like this accumulation zone here, or this one here, were the buy zones, and you may get one more buy area coming in on XRP where we revisit this previous high here at like the 288 range. But anything lower than that, and I think that this structure starts to break down on XRP. So keep your eyes on that. If we get to like that 288 and start to bounce, then we're likely going higher into that next fib level in the $4 or $5 range. But if it starts getting lower than that, then I'd start to get a little concerned personally. So I think that's all I've got today. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio, and have a profitable day.